My association with Marshall just came from getting these in 1992. I remember we were in a farmhouse in Carlow in Ireland, and our management at the time, who got us a deal with A&M Records, had said, do you want anything for your demos? And they delivered 2 4x12s and 2 heads. And ever since that, I've always had them. I've had different amps along the way, but they've always only just been as part of a rig. They've never completely replaced these. These have been a mainstay since 1992. So I was a trombonist when I got taught trombone at primary school, and I played up until I was 15 and 16. But when I was 14, I really loved Joy Division and the Stranglers, and I wanted to be a bassist. I saved up from a paper round, and I got a little Jedson bass guitar and a Carlsberg amp. And I played bass, but then a neighbour down the road had a relative that died and gave me an old Sheelex 6-string. So I taught myself some power chords and a few blues licks and things like this. And when the band Therapy actually started, we got some studio time to do our first demo. I played all the guitar parts. And up until then, I was going to be the bassist. And then when we couldn't find a guitar player, I switched to guitar. And I think that's why quite a lot of the shapes I play and the chord patterns and the riffs are very like, if anyone that knows their post-punk from 1978 to 1982 probably knows that a lot of my riffs are less influenced by punk guitars from the 70s, more like punk bass lines. And I think that's what stuck with me. Of course, like after I got into the guitar, then I really fell for it. But yeah, it started off as a bass player. Growing up in Northern Ireland, there was bands like The Outcasts, The Undertones, Stiff Little Fingers. These bands were big when I was 13 years of age. So growing up in such a troubled area like the north of Ireland during the height of the Troubles, seeing that people actually got music made, Good Vibrations record label. So like for guitarists, I would have the Stiff Little Fingers, the O'Neills. And they seemed to mix, it was that Never Mind the Bollocks sound of Gibson Marshall mixed with this kind of pop noise that the Buzzcocks and the Undertones had. And then as it got a bit older, it was post-punk, so stuff like Magazine, The Fall, Joy Division. Therapy songs seem to fall into one or two camps. Because I like stuff like the Undertones and the Buzzcocks growing up, I can sit down and play a few chords and sing something over it, and then I'll play it to the other two guys, Neil and Michael in the band. But then the other way is when we all get together, we swap riffs and drum patterns, and we put songs together like that. So, for the last few years, it's been 50-50. So, I'll get some ideas and lyrics and melodies and send them, and then we all get together. But it's mostly, I think the best happens when the three of us are in a room together. Well, we recently released because we've been going 30 years, we did a greatest hits retrospective where we re-recorded our 12 best known songs at Abbey Road Studios in London with Chris Sheldon, renowned producer. And we also have a biography out now called So Much for the 30-Year Plan by Simon Young, that's on Jawbone Press. So that was all meant to be a retrospective of our 30 years together.